Welcome back to the Movie Recap channel. Today I will show you a film from 2019 called Prey. The film opens with a story about an island. A priest and his family visited that island 10 years ago with the intention of spreading Christianity. They established a strong bond with the tribes, built a church, and began carrying out their tasks. But as the days passed, the tribes grew unhappy of them for undermining their faith in their God. Due to the severity of the conflict, the tribes set fire to the church. Pictures from this incident are shown at the start of the film. Scene cut to Toby in his home, sitting on a couch and glancing at his phone. Toby's father calls him for repairing his car, but Toby says no and spends time on his phone. When Toby's father attempts to fix the car, two thieves kill him and rob the vehicle. Toby hears the car sound and comes out of the house to see what is happening. The scene cuts off and Toby's father dead is published in the newspapers. Toby feels guilt for not helping his father and get mentally ill. Toby's mother takes him to a physiatrist and the doctor suggests him a sailing course. Toby accepts it and starts following it. The sailing course leader Kay told the group one day on the boat, "So far, you guys are doing good. Your next task is to sail to some inhabited islands in Malaysia where we will drop you off alone and require you to stay for 3 days there. We will provide everything you need. Use your lonely time to think about your future and get out of your depressions." The following day, the group's leader Kay departs, leaving each member with a sleeping bag, tarp, flashlight, and one flare on a separate islands. Toby sets up his tent close to the beach and enters the forest to look for some sticks for fire. While there, he happens to come across a dead monkey. He retreats to the tent out of fear. In the tent, a monkey ate his food and ruined it. With that anger, he tries to light fire with a lighter, but when that doesn't work, he throws the lighter into the water. Then only he realizes the importance of the lighter and goes searching for it inside the sea. He steps on a shell by accident, and his leg immediately began to bleed. He then takes a shell from the water and attempts to open it with a pocket tool. Then he realizes that there is a magnifying glass in the pocket tool, and he uses that to create fire. That night, Toby feels sick and reminds the king coconuts that he saw in the morning. He heads to that place. He experiences some haunting activities and illusions connected to the death of his father while on the way and fall unconscious. He notices some king coconuts that are ready to drink when he wakes up the following morning. He notices a girl on the island as he is drinking it. He talks to her and she gives him some pork meat that she trapped to eat. Toby follows her and asks her name. She saves him from a snake and says she is Madeline. She also advises him about the forest and leaves the place. Toby spends the night in the same place she left. That day also he had some dreams related to his father's death. The next day, Madeline teaches Toby how to hack coconuts, spear fish, and use sharpened sticks before the sunset. As the sun falls, both of them reaches a dark place near a cave. Toby says Madeline that he has some important news for her tomorrow. Madeline says okay and asks him to return to his tent as it is getting late. "Is there anything dangerous around here?" Toby jokingly queries. However, Madeline cautions Toby that her mother is dangerous and advises him not to get into the cave. When Toby asks for clarification, Madeline replies that we will discuss it tomorrow, but Toby says his team will come tomorrow and he will be leaving the island. Madeline gets mad as he didn't talk about it from the morning and goes inside the cave. Toby stands in front of the cave and shouts her name loudly. The sailing team leader Kay hears this sound and thinks that Toby is in trouble. She enters the forest and feels someone is following her. Between some mysterious activities, she notices a blue eyes and suddenly she gets killed. Toby waits for the sailing team to pick him up the following morning. He approaches the crashed boat in the water after noticing it. He observes the mother of Madeline stepping off the boat carrying a bag. Along with discovering Kay's dead body, Toby discovers 2 flares in the boat. As a result of his fear, he runs to Madeline's cave. He discovers Kay's flashlight on the way. When he gets to the cave, he sees no one there and enters the cave. He sees some terrifying paintings there. When he emerges from the cave, the burned-out church from the movie's opening scene greets him. As he departs, he notices Madeline's mother hunting a goat. He keeps moving in a different direction and comes across a house. He inspects the things there and uses the walkie-talkie found to convey his situation. Madeline and her mother walk into the house all of a sudden. Toby finds Madeline while hiding, and they decide to meet at the beach. Toby sets a trap and big fire for help and waits for Madeline. After Madeline arrives, Toby recounts the morning's events and insists that Madeline's mother is the reason for Kay's death. He asks her about the mysteries in the island. Madeline lies on Toby's lap and say that Madeline, her mother, and her father arrived on this island and lived happily with the tribes until all of a sudden, everyone on the island was dead. My mother approached me while I was hiding in fear, and she had blood all over her dress. Me and my mother were the only people left in the island. After that, I feel like some energy is there around me. I think that my mother is the reason behind all the deaths. Toby understands the danger. Then they decide to escape from the island and Madeline leaves to her place. The following morning, while Toby was still asleep, he hears a planned sound and runs in its direction. But no one sees him. He notices a lighthouse while pursuing it and learns that there is no petrol to power the light. He then moves to Madeline's house after recalling the petrol cane he saw there. On the way, he passes one of his sailing course friends, who explains that no one came to collect him from the island and that yesterday he saw the fire and came swimming here for support. After telling his friend everything about the island, Toby departs to bring Madeline along. At Madeline's house, her mother spots Toby and begins chasing. She gets caught in a trap that Toby previously set while she's chasing him. Toby takes advantage of the circumstance and asks her why she killed Kay. However, Madeline's mother responds that she didn't kill Kay and reveals a shocking twist. Madeline, his mother and father, arrived on this island 10 years ago and converted the local tribes to Christianity. However, the island's tribes worshipped a demon, and when Madeline went close to it during a ritual, the demon entered Madeline's body and killed everyone on the island. Madeline and I were the only ones left after the church was destroyed by fire. When some people later arrived on this island, my daughter killed them. I'm only attempting to protect people from my daughter, who killed Kay. Both berries and light terrify the demon. Make her consume this berry to save yourself. Madeline's mother dies. At the same time, Toby's friend is also killed by the demon. Toby sees the demon near the tent, and as the firelight falls on her, it transforms into Madeline, who begins to kiss Toby. Toby takes advantage of the scenario and tries to get her to eat the berries. However, the demon emerges. Toby confronts the demon, ties it up with a wire, and then rushes to Madeline's house to take the petrol cane. Toby reaches the lighthouse with petrol and light the lighthouse's light. While trying to get down, he fell from the top and spits the petrol all over the lighthouse ground. Toby is suddenly under attack by the demon. He tries to use berries to fight it, but they don't work. He then tries to leave the area by attacking it again with a piece of glass. The demon tackles him by turning into small girl and starts attacking him. Toby diverts light on demon and escapes from it. Then he fires the lighthouse. As the firelight spreads, demon changes to Madeline, but Toby knows saving her reactivates the demon. He then departs the place and arrives at the beach. He sees a boat that came to help him and swim towards it. While swimming, the demon suddenly appears behind Toby. The following morning, someone was sitting in the boat. The face indicates that it was not Toby. Madeline was there. Toby was killed by the demon. Here, the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.